डियर स्टूडेंट्स, आइल्स बुक 11 का हम टेस्ट नंबर 2 करेंगे आज और इसके सैम्पल आंसर्स देखते हैं कि क्या हैं। लेट अस स्टार्ट। इसका पार्ट 1 है हमारे सामने और पार्ट 1 का टॉपिक है फ्रेंड्स। तो फ्रेंड्स पे सवाल हैं जो आपके लिए आंसर्स भी इजी होंगे। तो देखते हैं। हाउ आफ्टन डू यू गो आउट विद फ्रेंड्स, वाई और वाई नॉट। आप फ्रेंड्स के साथ कब कब बाहर जाते हैं और क्यों। As I am a student at university and I have many irons in the fire because I have to do a lot of assignments, I have to prepare for the tests, and I have to study and do some research work. Plus, my class hours are really very tough, so I do not have much time to hang out with friends, but on weekends I meet my friends. We uh, go to some restaurant, eat some food of our choice, and play some music, and just share our uh, thoughts, our plans, and our feelings as well. सवाल नंबर 2 की तरफ आते हैं। सवाल नंबर 2 है, टेल मी अबाउट योर बेस्ट फ्रेंड एट स्कूल। एट स्कूल Talha used to be my best friend because he was from uh, the same village, and he was of the same nature I had, and this is what was the main attraction because uh, we had the same vocabulary of ideas, we had the same thought pattern, we had the same desires, and the way of doing things. This is why we came in a strong bond, and after 8 years, the bond is still very strong. We still have some hangouts on weekends, and we are still strongly in connected with each other. सवाल नंबर 3, हाउ फ्रेंडली आर यू विद योर नेबर्स, वाई and why not. It is very important to be amiable and open to people who live next door to me. I am very friendly with my neighbors, and I visit them not very often because I've told you I'm very busy, but we celebrate almost everything together, and there is hardly any event we don't invite or be a part of it. So my neighbors are very broad minded, they are educated, and I have to ask anything, I can approach to them without any hesitation. I love my neighbors and they love me. Sawal number 4, which is more important to you, friends or family? Family and friends, they are two different entities. We cannot choose between the two. Life is mundane and meaningless if there is absence of family and friends. So both are very important because our parents do a lot to bring us up, and friends are the people who are ready to face any difficulty with us selflessly. So it is hard to choose one between these two. We cannot differentiate. It may lead to bad attitude towards friends if we choose family, and towards family if we choose friends. So both are important. पार्ट नंबर 2 की तरफ आते हैं जो कि हमारा क्यू कार्ड है। डिस्क्राइब अ राइटर यू वुड लाइक टू मीट, और इसमें हमने कहना है कि कौन से राइटर से मिलना चाहते हैं। हु द राइटर इज़, राइटर का अलाइव होना ज़रूरी है बिकॉज प्रेजेंट में क्वेश्चन है। फिर व्हाट यू नो अबाउट दिस राइटर, ऑलरेडी आपको इस राइटर के बारे में क्या पता है, और व्हाट यू वुड लाइक टू फाइंड आउट अबाउट हिम और हर, आप इसके बारे में जानना क्या चाहते हैं। और फिर आपने ये बताना होगा कि वाई यू वुड लाइक टू मीट दिस राइटर, और आप इससे मिलना क्यों चाहते हैं। ये हमने 4 चीज़ों के आंसर्स करना होंगे। तो आइए इसका आंसर स्टार्ट करते हैं। रीडिंग बुक्स इज़ वन ऑफ माई फेवरेट हॉबीज़। व्हेनेवर आई have a chance to visit some shopping mall or some street where there is a bookstore, I first try to go to the bookstore, and I spend much of my time in choosing books to read. I have studied many books and many writers, almost all the famous writers I have studied. Uh, but the books that transformed me are the self help books, and these books transformed my life and inner personality. The writer I adore is Mr. Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is an American author, a public speaker. He's a best-selling author, and he's a life coach. He has coached around millions of people in the whole world, and he has changed millions of lives. And he has authored many books, and the book I adore much. The first book I read from him was Awaken the Giant Within. Tony Robbins believes in uplifting and elevating the whole world. He believes in raising the standards of life, and he talks about the positive mental attitude, dedication to the personal mastery, and he believes in bringing man out of all the crisis, be it the financial crisis, the relationship crisis, the family crisis, and all kinds of crisis. He tries to bring man out of that by motivating them through his books, through his lectures, through his counseling, and uh, this man, I would like to know about him many things. I would like to know how he spends his time, what is his daily schedule, and how he manages all those things, how he maintains his levels of energy. What is the secret of his daily routine, how he manages everything, and how he gets, from where does he get all that energy to transform millions of lives. I want to learn this art from him, that transferring energy to others, and what is the source of his energy and how he maintains it. This is the main thing I want to know when I meet him. And I want to write such books. I want to become a speaker like that. I want to influence positively millions of life as well. And I want to congratulate him when I meet him because of the ripple he has created in the whole world. And he is called by many magazines the most influential speaker in the history of mankind. Good luck to him. पार्ट नंबर 3 की तरफ आते हैं. उसका सेक्शन नंबर 1 है रीडिंग एंड चिल्ड्रन. What kinds of books are most popular with children in your country? Why do you think that is? Children are inclined to reading books with stories and fairy tales. But children who read and study in our country, they have only the character stories and the fairy tales. But most children in our country do not have the encouragement, because they are not encouraged by the teachers and by the parents to study books except the books of their syllabus. So most children only study the books included in their syllabus. Sawal number 2. Why do you think some children do not read books very often? It is really a disheartening situation, because children are reluctant to read books, and the only thing is that they are not encouraged to read by the parents and by the school teachers. We need to change the attitude toward the books, because in our country the book reading is considered just a duty, and the books are and which is considered an unhappy activity, because the importance of books is not being described well by the teachers and by the parents to the children, and they only study here in our culture to get a job. And the people who are not interested in doing a job and who are affluent, they don't even prefer studying. So book reading is a far cry from them. सवाल नंबर 3, how do you think children can be encouraged to read? As I've told you, motivation is the key. So if children are not motivated, even I think the when most parents are not educated in our country, and most teachers even do not know the real value of the books. The syllabus designer can do their part in this sense, because syllabus designers can add some activities which include reading the books outside their syllabus, the books of their choice. There should be a monthly reading of the books. There should be assignments, and even the marks and the certain percentage should be awarded to the students in examination who read the books for book reading. Sorry. पार्ट नंबर 3 के सेक्शन नंबर 2 की तरफ आते हैं. रीडिंग फॉर डिफरेंट पर्पसेस. आर देयर एनी ओकेजन्स व्हेन रीडिंग एट स्पीड इज़ अ यूजफुल स्किल टू हैव? What are there? There are occasions, speed reading. Number one, for students, it is important when they want to revise for examination. Number two, when you are a reader and you are a professional person, you have to do a job or a business, you don't have much time to read. So then the speed reading can be a useful skill. Only these two occasions I consider in our culture are important when the speed reading can be helpful. Sawal number 2, are there any jobs where people need to read a lot? What are they? Yes, there are jobs when people need to read a lot, like the job which is of some research assistant at some university or college. When you are a research assistant, you have to read a lot. When you are a columnist, you have to read a lot. When you are a speaker, motivational speaker, you have to do a lot of reading. So these three occasions, these three professions and jobs are when you have to read a lot. Sawal number 3, do you think that reading novels is more interesting than reading factual books? Why is that? Yes, it is. It depends upon the nature of a person, what attracts him. Some people are attracted by the novels, and some people are attracted more by the factual books. Uh, but the people who are only attracted to the novels are the people who want to have an escape from the reality. They want to live in an imaginary world. Novels are important. I do not deny the importance of the novels, but I mean to say that you should not only restrict to novel reading. Both books, novel reading and factual books, are important. So, interesting, yes, novel reading is interesting, but factual books are also interesting. When you are a reader, you find when you are a real reader, you are attracted to almost all kinds of books. Thank you. स्टूडेंट्स, इस टेस्ट को सुनने के लिए आपका शुक्रिया. इसको ज़रूर शेयर करें बहुत सारे लोगों के साथ, बिकॉज़ लैंग्वेज सभी लोग इम्प्रूव करना चाह रहे हैं, और समटाइम्स आपकी लैंग्वेज होती है, आपको आंसर करने का जो है वो आइडिया नहीं होता, थॉट्स नहीं होते समटाइम्स, तो इससे कुछ ना कुछ आपको ज़रूर मिल जाता है. तो डू शेयर इट, सब्सक्राइब एंड लाइक. All of these three are completely free. Thank you.